Welcome to our next lesson. This lesson is called The Wild Things, Tint and Tone. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be today warming up. We're going to practice drawing monsters, wild things, if you will. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pencil, an eraser, a warm-up piece of paper that was provided for you, and your drawing aids right here that look like this on one side and this on the other. So it's our monster drawing aid. So if you don't have those things, press pause, go and get them, and come on back. All right, I'm going to read this really quickly. This art lesson is just a warm-up, but even though it's a warm-up, I'm going to go over what I always go over with you guys every time before we start. Number one, I want you to always try your best. Number two, if you get frustrated, take a deep breath, count to 10, take another deep breath, and try it again. Number three, everyone's art will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours. And number four, art is not perfect. All right, we are going to get started. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to give you a preview of what we are going to create, or an example of what we're going to create, because yours is not going to turn out like this. Yours is going to be different. It's going to be your own. But you're going to create some type of a monster. So this is Joey's monster, Sammy's brother, from when he was in 4th grade. That's what he created, okay? So you're going to create your own. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a poem, and I'm going to show you a book, and a book that you probably know very well. Just to give you some inspiration for this art lesson, okay? I have Sammy here. This is his workstation. He's all ready to go. All right. So this poem is called One Summer Night by Marcia Ostrink. One summer night, while tossing in my bed, the crickets were loudly chirping in my head. So right now I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to picture what I'm reading. And while I'm reading it, I want you to picture the details. And I want you to imagine that you are drawing pictures to go along with this poem. The moon rose high and shone in my face. Weird sounds called from some other place. Surprised, I pulled my feet on the floor. And that's when I heard a terrible roar. Adventure was calling. I couldn't wait. I grabbed my brother and ran through the gate. So think about what you're picturing right now. We raced through the dark and tramped through the grasses. The mud on the ground was as thick as molasses. It started to cling to our feet and our legs. It felt like walking on the thick wooden pegs. We tripped and fell, all covered with the stuff, when my brother slid into feathers and fluff. I laughed at him. He looked like a bird. Then the roars from the woods were the loudest we've heard. So I want you to picture what might be making those loud roars. Curiosity high, we trudged toward the sound. The mud was so sticky, I fell to the ground. I was covered with goo from my head to my toe, and then the wind started to blow. Grasses and leaves, enormous and small, clung to my body and made me look tall. So you're imagining yourself in this poem, what's happening to these two kids. Not only that, I was a sight, all covered with mud and leaves in the night. The roars grew louder as we neared the place. A fire was glowing and warming my face. We hid in the bushes, but saw not a thing. Then the roars from above made my ears ring. Up in the trees, looking crazy and mean, were the wildest beasts that I'd ever seen. So I want you to picture what these beasts look like. Their eyes were bulging, all glowing and white. Their teeth looked pointed and bright in the night. Their bodies were hairy or covered with scales. with beaks or short snouts and long pointed nails. Horns on their heads and horns on their noses looked strangely like thorns from my mother's roses. One had long hair that looked like a wig. One had a tail all curled like a pig. The biggest had feet webbed like a duck. One's feet looked human, but covered with muck. They roared as they swung from one tree to the other. I admit I was frightened and clung to my brother. Unknowingly, we inched toward the fire's warm glow. Then one of them saw us standing below. It screamed a shrill scream. A terrible sound. The others all yelled and fell to the ground. Their roaring had stopped. They screeched full of fright, seeing us there in the fire's glowing light. We were covered with mud, leaves, feathers, and fluff. Incredible shadows danced over the stuff. My brother and I made our eyes bright. Then we opened our mouths and roared in the night. They huddled together, trembling and shaking. We truly enjoyed the sounds we were making. Then they all ran, so we started to chase. The wild beasts were scared right out of the place. Thunder then sounded and rumbled the sky. We ran so fast, I thought we would fly. The clouds opened up, the rain poured down hard and rinsed us all off as we reached the yard. They saw us coming and thought they would run, but seeing who we were, it all turned to fun. We rolled on the lawn, laughing and relieved. The beasts were our neighbors. We'd all been deceived. Remembering this night makes me so glad. It was the most fun that I've ever had. Okay, so that's the poem that I wanted to share with you to give you some inspiration and to have you visualize some of the things that were described in the poem. Okay, the other book I wanted to share with you, this one is in Spanish. There's also a version in English. So if you have this book, I'd love for you to get it out and take a look at it. I'd love for you to sit down with an adult and maybe read it and look at the pictures. I'm just going to kind of show you some pictures. I want you to look at the beasts, the monsters, monstruos. Okay, I'm going to get to the beasts here. It's turning into a jungle in his room. Here he is. He's going across the ocean. Where are the beasts? Oh, here they are. Ah, this is what I was looking for. So I want you to kind of look at this page right here. If you want to pause and really look at these beasts. Their horns, their sharp teeth, their eyes, their faces, look at their feet and their claws. You can see this one has scales. This one, it looks more like fur. Some curly hair here, some shorter hair and a beard here. Spiky hair looking up. All these beasts here. Okay, so we are going to be drawing one beast. You're going to practice today drawing all these different parts of the beast. Look at this one with the beak right here, and then these spiky things coming out of his head. Okay, so this is to give you inspiration. Like I said, if you have this book at home, go ahead and get it out and look through it. Have it with you if you'd like. Such beautiful illustrations this book has. Okay. Oh, they're going night-night. These beasts on this page. All right, so they're saying bye to Max. So that is just to give you some inspiration for what we're going to do. And what we're going to do today is we are going to practice drawing some of the parts of a beast. So I want you to take your warm-up paper and fold it in half, just like this. And we're just going to do sections. I'm thinking like maybe eyes on one, maybe noses on another.
This is going to be way quicker than I thought.
This is going to be quicker than you thought.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to do some claws and feet.
This one's going to be mouth.
Okay, so you want to start with the mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why don't we pick a mouth area, and we could do something like this right here. So right here, this is the one I'm doing. So I'm going to just do a big, like, smiley face kind of a shape. Then I'm going to come up and in for, we're going to do a couple.
Yeah, this is my first one.
Okay, keep going. Do another mouth. Flip it over. There's more images on the back. This one, Sammy's kind of going on his own. He's practicing the mouths that he wants to do. I'm literally just following this drawing aid right here. And then some chunky teeth that are separated in the shape of squares or rectangles, depending on how long you're doing them.
Oh, this one's real ugly.
Yeah, do it really ugly. So there's a mouth with some square teeth or rectangle type teeth. We could do another mouth with some sharp pointy teeth. If you look here, Joey he actually made two mouths. He made two mouths there. And a tongue, like crazy tongues coming out. You do some tongues whipping out.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see yours.
How does mine eat?
Oh, those are some gnarly teeth. Can I show yours? So Sammy just did some pretty funky teeth inside his mouth, and this was his other mouth. Do maybe one more mouth. I'm gonna do. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do this one right here. Similar. Kind of come up. Maybe make it a little bit more like a circle, and maybe just do like some pointed, sharp teeth coming down. Jaggedy. And then I could do like just a thin little lips around it. And then, well, maybe I'll add like this part right up here to this mouth up here. Like maybe that's a mouth coming off the face.
A forked tongue.
Ooh, Sammy's doing a tongue coming out. So I'm going to do a tongue coming out of this mouth. I'm going to come out like this. And Sammy said a forked tongue, so here's a forked tongue here. So Sammy's got an open mouth to the side, so it's a profile. Sharp teeth and a forked tongue coming out.
I'm going to move on to the eyes.
All right, well, we're almost there, Sam. Be patient. And I can take my eraser and I can erase the part that crossed over my lips. There's my mouth with my tongue coming out. All right, so if you want to leave some room and practice some more scary mouths, you can do that. You can flip it over and we can do some eyes. Maybe we'll do maybe these eyes right here where they're like suspicious.
Or maybe one eye.
Maybe one eye, right? These look suspicious to me like this. They're looking off to the side. And
oh, I know. Classic demon eyes.
What are classic demon eyes? Okay, so Sammy's doing something like this.
Suspicious. Classic demon eyes.
Which ones? These ones?
One's
or
larger
these ones?
and one's smaller.
Oh, this one's larger on the side? Okay, why don't you finish them off with the eyeball and then show us what you got?
That's the thing. There is no eyeball in there.
Are they closed?
No. That's just...
Oh, I see. Are they like all just one color, like either white or black?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then crazy eyes.
Here's some eyes like that. Those almost look scared to me. I'm going to show you Joey's. He did 5 eyes. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one right here. And then his nose has like three parts to it. Okay, or you could just do like bug eyes. Like they're just wide open. They're just staring right at you.
I'm doing stayed up all night eyes.
Oh, I'm gonna show him your stayed up all night eyes. Let me show him. So here are some of Sammy's eyes right here. These are bloodshot eyes that they've been awake the whole night. Okay, so you have plenty of room there to practice more eyes. So we've done a mouth, we've done eyes. How about some claws? So you can do, I'm going to try these claws right here.
I just did it random. Okay.
So you can open it up to another section.
It's claws time.
Claws. Why don't we do claws and feet here? Why don't we do that?
Okay,
So we can just do like
oh no.
sharp 1, 2, and it can have like a bunch of fingers, like more than 10, more than 5. So they can come down like this, and they don't even have to match. They don't even have to be like the same amount of fingers. And then you can add like sharp claws to the fingers. These are like dagger sharp claws. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 on both of these.
7 talent hand.
A 7 talent hand. Let's see yours. So here's Sammy's, and it's like, ooh, pointing down.
I just gotta jot skills.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to show you, Joey did 2 hands here, it looks like. And he even has some spikes coming off the wrist here. Up on this one, he just has the spikes. He doesn't have any spikes coming off the wrist. And over here, it looks like this is a tail, and this is another tail, and this is even another tail. And then it looks like this tail is coming out of this leg. I mean, it's however you want it to be, okay? I did some hands with claws.
I just did a random one.
Let me show them. Yeah? There, is that like the thumb and then the 2 fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like a skinny arm coming out of it. Nice. Why don't we do some feet? I'm going to do these webbed feet over here.
Oh, wait, last ones.
There we go. There are my webbed feet. And I could even put like little nails at the tip by going like this. You don't have to be copying me or Sam. You could be doing your own.
Oh, this is a hands out thing. Can I show them?
Sure. Ooh, the hand is like grabbing. It's gonna, the monster's gonna grab somebody.
Yeah.
Cool, very nice.
Yeah.
On that side, you could be doing some feet too.
I'm gonna put webs on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna do my nails here. And then the other thing we can practice while we're doing this is we can practice these textures and these scales. So I can add like little scales to my leg here. You see this, Sammy? I'm just doing like jagged up and down.
Yep, I drew one with webs.
Let me see. Oh, here's a webbed foot right here. Here you put some scales, it looks like right there. You can do some crazy fur coming off like this.
Foot. No pun intended.
I can actually get rid of my outline here and just do all hair coming down like this.
I'm not the best with feet.
Are you trying your best?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I ask. Just try your best and have a good time.
I just actually, if I want to become a famous author, I really have to improve my bare feet.
Your bare feet, you need to improve your bare feet. Okay, so here, Sammy, what I did was I actually ended up erasing the sides of the legs here, and I just drew in like some swirly lines representing fur coming down this leg. So you can do that.
Actually, this kind of looks like a relaxing arm going like this.
It's not scary enough for you?
Well, I thought I was trying to draw a foot.
Oh, okay. Well, just keep trying. We're just practicing. Okay. These scales I did pointed. This hair I did curly. You can do other types of scales where it's more of a scalloped. So you can practice that with me.
I know.
Like that. You can do it over here. Okay, so those are some scales. So we're looking at texture. We have our claws. We have our feet. We have practiced some eyes, a mouth. This one right here, that's above that, right? That's like a different one, right? Oh, you have fur coming off? Okay. Now, when we do our drawing, we have to use lines to represent fur, and we can't color in because we're going to be doing painting. So we're just going to be doing like simple curvy lines, okay? You can you can practice that either on another place here, or you can do it when you're doing your actual.
What's the last one?
When we're doing our actual composition. So our next one, how about we do some noses. So I'll show you Joey's nose.
I'm gonna do a beak first.
You want to do a beak first? Okay, that one was Joey's nose. Sammy's gonna do a beak. I'll do a beak with you like that, like all crooked and kind of scary looking. Okay, that could be a beak.
Yeah.
Or you can do like a pig's nose, like that looks like a pig's nose to me. A nostril, then the tip of the nose, and then a nostril.
Flaring nostrils, no pun intended.
Flaring nostrils. Yeah, you have flames inside your nostrils that you drew. Okay.
Or
let's see what else.
Like this.
You could just even do like a big old nose sticking out of it, like this, out of his head.
Or just
like that one.
Nose like this.
Yeah. This one has a beaked nose. This one has kind of a puggy nose.
Put a little fur in there.
Notice here, Sammy, that all of these monsters have different textures to them. These are scales, and then it comes down to fur up here, and that looks like feathers up here.
Yeah, I don't know why.
We're going to be doing that when we actually do our composition, when we create our image.
And then I can
our monster.
And then I can do one of these noses.
Why don't we do some horns? Like you can pretend this is the top of one of the monster's head right here. So that's the top of his head. And just practice doing some horns like right here. These horns. You can have some horns sticking out. So you go like this. And you can erase this right here. We're just warming up. We're just practicing. The next video that we're going to click on is going to be actually drawing one monster and drawing it large and using large details because we're going to use paint again. So here I can do some swooping, scooping lines like this going up the horn on that side, and then this horn can be sticking out on the other side. Well, actually, I think I'm going to just do it like that also. Two horns coming out of this head.
Meh. Or just a one-horned monster.
Or one horn right here.
Meh.
What if we did a horn coming out of a nose? Like this.
How ugly would that be?
Like that. And then that horn could have some texture to it. It could have like scales to it like that.
It's just an ordinary nose, but then when you really look.
So just practice. This is the time to just be practicing. You could even, if you wanted to, if you had any room anywhere, you could sketch out what your monster might look like. You could do that if you want, or you could just be practicing all the different body parts.
So can
okay?
I show them my whole warm-up?
Sure. Why don't you come on over? And then you're going to keep your warm-up. You're going to keep your warm-up. You're going to keep your drawing aid right here. Your drawing aid, and you're going to be bringing these two things back with you when you click on the next video that will be assigned. You're going to need your eraser and your pencil as well, and then you'll bring your large white construction paper, but I'll go over that when we click on the next link.
Okay.
Or do the next lesson.
So,
You want to show them?
we've got the eyes, the demon eyes, the one eye, the stayed up all night eyes, and the random eyes that I sketched. And then we've got the shouting mouth with a long forked tongue, a smiling fangs mouth, and a how does he eat with that mouth. Then we've got seven talent hands, a hand that's reaching out. We've also got one with 3 fingers. The thumb is crazy. We've got Bigfoot's, well, kind of Bigfoot's foot right here. My attempt on Bigfoot's foot and a webbed foot. We've also got a beak right here, your ordinary, which is nose.
Oh, is that a wart?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And then we've got some random horns. Nose flares right here. And then we've got a nose with some horns coming out of them, an ordinary nose with nose hairs.
Are those nose hairs?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And then we've got this guy with one horn.
One horn. Okay. Great practice. Okay. So take the time. If you want to practice more, practice more. If you feel like you are done, then you're done. And we will see you for video number 2 next time. All right. Bye.